Hey, g'day, big bikers. Well, this is the last part 10. This is the final instalment of the 2019 Big Desert Trip. So thanks very much for coming along and participating, and your comments and likes, and really appreciate it. It's been great having you along. Great memories for us that were on the trip. In this episode, we're going to run from the Flinders Ranges through to Broken Hill. We had an emu try and commit hari-kari right in front of me. We had Chris, ADV rider bloke, try to commit hari-kari in a dust bowl. And we've got to find out why that KTM 790 Adventurer ended up in the back of a 18-year-old Ford Falcon Ute. Lots of stuff to cover, and we're going to try and wrap it all up in this episode. So get your riding gear on and let's go. And we're leaving. Got everything? It's not just because of the riding that we come here. Scenery, that big river comes, beautiful. They're ruins, but it is basically just an organised pile of rocks, isn't it, really? There's an emu just here, on the left hand side. You probably can't see him just yet. He's probably going to go around the corner of the fence. No, straight in front of me. Look at that. Oh, you stupid thing. Oh, you stupid thing. He could have gone that way, but oh no. Really, yeah, just so stupid. Glass. Got it all going on this morning. Emus and sheep and kangaroos and cockatoos. Great day to be riding. Look at that. Just magnificent countryside. 790. Oh, he knows the way. He's going. Hey, travelling. All right. See you at the ruins. Walkaringa.
I may stop a few times and that, but I'll
no, that's good.
follow the road up, go up to the top though.
Yeah, we will.
Get your drone up there.
Okay.
Really good look.
ADV rider bloke. Oh, here comes the dirt bikes. busy morning. All right. Everyone's here. Pretty steep hill. Look at that rock formation. Wow. Oh dear. Now what? Yep, gotta go down. Look at that rock formation there. It's crazy. Oh, I suppose while I'm... Oh, wow. Look at that. For a landscape. It's much easier than it looks.
Yeah, I just got interested, mate.
No, just say what you think. Yeah. Don't hold back.
No, I don't need to go up the top of the hill.
Well, I got to the top, and there's enough space for you to turn the bike around like I just did before it drops back down the other side. I nearly did. I got to the top and went, whoa! So, but it's a good spot. The view's fantastic.
Those guys on those bikes, I stopped and because I was still stopped.
Yeah.
The guy's like, oh, watch out! There's a big bull dust hole. Bull dust hole. Bull dust hole.
Yeah.
It's like I think it's further along from memory.
There's one. Yeah, there was one big one there.
It's right across the whole road. I think it's further down.
Okay.
So,
well, I'm glad it parked up there. All those four-wheel drives just went past.
Yeah. Well, they were all pretty good. The first guy was like.
Yeah.
He told me there was 4 of them. So.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's good. You don't often get that.
No. And I'm sure they're probably all on the radio together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that pulled those holes down here somewhere.
Righto. I hope Chris, who's on the front, I think he knows how to get there, but he's just following the signs to Yunta. Fingers crossed. Where are you guys? All right. See ya.
So here we are, just waiting at the Yunta Hawker midpoint. We're going that way. Wide open country out here, but just over there we've come through some ranges and stuff. So yeah, the boys waved me through at the last intersection, so I'm in the lead, just waiting for them all to catch up. We actually passed about 5 or 6 motorbikes and half a dozen 4-wheel drives on that section, which is the most people we've passed in any section so far, so must be a pretty popular route. 790 going well.
Yeah, same with the bikes, they were pretty good, and the 4-wheel drive's doing the same, it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, well, how good is it travelling with the wind?
Beautiful.
Just my fuel economy dropped down to 5.3 again. Just now we've got, it's going to change of course when we get on the highway and head up north again. Did you see the rocky outcrop up on the left?
Yeah.
And the track going up?
Yeah.
I rode up that, fantastic.
Yeah, I went up that little.
Did you?
I went up to that wreck.
Oh, okay.
That old relic.
Yeah.
It was only a track up and a track back.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good.
Neil's stopping all the time. Chris has got his drone up, so I'm going to get down here to the. We're going to go to the.
I want to go to the smelter.
Yeah. So we'll get there and we'll go up. So.
Another 45 k's up.
Yeah.
88 k's to Yunta from here.
Yeah. Walkerinka is how far? 48. How did you know that?
Give me said it was about 40 from the other end.
Yeah. Alright, I'll keep trucking. Everything alright?
Yeah. I just don't like going past the crossroads.
No. Neil and I are having a chuckle. Get a phone call later. I'm in Arkaroola. I don't know how I got here. I don't ever let Chris go up front.
No.
There's a Yunta sign, so it's pretty good.
I remember this. Yep.
All right. To the ruins of the smelter as we had arranged, and I waited and waited and waited, and it wasn't until much later when everyone arrived that I had found out that Chris had gone into the bulldust hole, and it wasn't pretty.
You alright, buddy?
Oh,
Let's wait for Neil.
I might fall through it. I hope my legs are right.
You alright? 1, 2, 3. Stands down.
Oh, man.
You didn't need that.
Fast.
Too fast?
Well, I don't know. I should have went round it. Man. I reckon I fucking rolled from, I don't know, halfway through it somewhere to here.
Yeah. Definitely off over here.
I was just doing fucking barrel rolls.
Do you have your camera on?
Hurt my leg, like, it's hurt my leg again, but...
Yep. Did you have your camera on?
I don't know. It broke off, so... That's what the little bit of cable's for.
Yep.
Fuck.
You've been in the wars this ride.
Oh man, I sure went round. I thought, oh, the one on the left looks alright. No.
Nah. Yeah, I saw something lying further up. What is that? Oh, the bike. How's your leg?
I think it's alright.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck me. I don't know how many times I've rolled, eh? It was a few. I couldn't see a fucking thing, it was just red. It's like...
Yeah, you got the shit all over your face.
No, I better do.
Tell Neil not to go through there.
Yeah.
Now this must be the bull dust hole the guy was talking about. Yeah. Stay out of those. Wow. Looks like he's taking a tumble, is he? He's definitely taking a tumble. What up?
That'll be the bull dust they're talking about.
Hey?
That'll be the bull dust they were talking about.
That's what they were talking about. Did you drive in it?
Yeah. And I came off about 10 metres back there and I ended up over here. I ended up there, the bike ended up there.
Holy cow, you alright?
Yeah.
You're an Iron Man, man. You just are indestructible.
Broke my GoPro though.
How fast were you going?
60? I don't know. I was doing 100 before I hit it. I slowed down. But the left one looks the best. I got about halfway through it and then it just started tank slapping me.
Yeah.
And then I reckon I rolled from back in there to here.
Did you see it? Or did you see the bits of it or?
No. I just saw the cloud of dust. I came through this one on the side as well. I didn't realise it was that bad.
That's what those guys were telling me.
Yeah.
They said there's a big bull dust hole.
Yeah, I found it.
There it is.
There it is.
That's it there.
That'll be it.
Look at this shit. Look at the state of this shit. Chris has taken it on and lost. Look at it. Yeah.
This is Neil surveying the action. He went round. Chris too did not. He went through and ended up on his side. But he's all good, luckily.
Here's the bike. The bike looks a little dusty. But other than that, nothing wrong with it.
Well, this is where I ended up.
He ended up over here. Can you go and reenact it for me?
No.
So he's come through there and probably got a big tank slapper and it's just spat him off and he's just rolled and skidded and slid. You can actually see the marks here still.
You can see where I rolled, look.
Yeah, you can see the...
Look, from way
right up and...
back there.
Yeah. That's awesome. Man, I would love to have seen that.
Me too.
Yeah, awesome.
sure he can turn around okay. There's so much dust on his bike. We have a collection of video from a variety of sources. So. Yeah, so I'm up on the hill and they were taking a bit too long, and generally the case when the boys are a little bit far behind. I was just about ready to send Neil a message actually. So fortunately he's uninjured, but unfortunately he's in good spirits. So we're nearly at Yunta, about 40 kilometres from Yunta. We'll stop at Yunta to get some fuel, and then we'll just charge on in a broken hill. I'll see if I can find the footage from last year to put in there. Not going to worry about unloading myself anymore, but that's the Walkarinka ruins. That's the old Walkarinka station pub. Alright, let's go. Straight into the servo, look at that. Hey, big bikers. Well, it's about an hour since we left Yunta, and I've got Chris on the KTM taken off. He took off a little bit early. I think we haven't seen him since. I'm sure he's gone to, if I know him, he's gone to sort out accommodation. I've got Chris on the Africa Twin. Well, we're now calling him Crash. Changed his name. Too many Chris's. I've got Crash behind me. Nothing going on here, just bopping along, listening to the music. And head homeward bound. So I'm just thinking of all the videos I can make and how I'm going to put them together. Actually, if you really want to know, is what's going on is I'm actually structuring the format of the series. I'm not taking any notes, obviously, because I'm riding, which of course means I'm going to forget everything. But in my mind, as I'm riding along, brilliant ideas like Steven Spielberg kind of stuff. But by the time I sit down in front of the computer, I will have forgotten all about them. But never mind. No trains coming. Oh, there might be one. There's a big one. Oh, that'll be cool. Alright, there may be some excitement happening. Hold on. If that's the train, I'm going to stop and throw the drone up. Welcome to New South Wales. The Lakeview Caravan Park. A swimming pool. Can't see a lake.
In honour of our last meal together on this trip, since I'm splitting from you guys, I'd like to give these stickers that I got when I was a Honda rider to Crash Junior.
You're not waiting on anything else?
You can go Honda.
Thanks, mate. I'll probably need them to re-decal my bike by the end of this trip. Very, very good.
Well, that was pretty much it for Chris, Neil and I. We basically took a combination of long deserted highways and back roads. We went from Broken Hill to Menindee Lake, through Tilpa, Louth, through to Burke, Lightning Ridge, and then basically from Lightning Ridge we ran home. Fairly ordinary trip, nothing spectacular, a little bit of rain, but no, completely uneventful. For Chris on the KTM, unfortunately, one of the things that he learnt was that the air intake on the KTM 790, which is up under the seat, apparently has a bit of a problem when the bike has got panniers on, and it creates this vortex up under the seat, which ingests way more dust than the air filter can cope with. So he went into KTM to get a new air filter, and unfortunately they didn't have one. While he had the air filter out, he noticed there was some dust on the inside of the air intake, the air inlet manifold, so he was a bit reluctant to ride the bike any further. So Chris was looking for a car rent place where he could hire a ute, put the bike on the back and drive home. And while he was at the motorbike shop, there was a gentleman there that said he had an old XF Falcon ute, which is 30-odd years old, but in good running condition, that he could buy for $1,000. So Chris agreed to that and drove the KTM home in the back of the ute because of that. It had nothing to do with the fact that his ignition switch wouldn't turn on.
So I've had this a couple of times on the S model, immobiliser antenna fail. Just turn it on again. There it is again. Yep. Not playing today.
There's just nothing out here. What's really funny is that if you have a look at Facebook or Instagram or any of those social media pages, you'd get the impression that everyone with an adventure bike is riding out in the outback, and it's just not the case. We've been out here for 10 days, give or take a couple of days in the transit out. But the amount of adventure bikes we've seen, you could count on two hands. And it's just been a fantastic experience. There's a few four-wheel drives, and we timed it pretty well because we did it after the school holidays and after the Big Bash, before the Birdsville races. There's a whole heap of events happen out here, and they try to attract people out to the outback. And that's fantastic, and the outback needs as much of our support as we can get. But don't go thinking that there's no point in going to the outback because it's going to be crowded with motorbikes. It's not. There's just the handful of mates you're with and a handful of other people that are out here that you come, your paths cross, and it's great to catch up with them. It's great to chat and share stories and talk about different tracks. And I've caught up with a few people that follow BBA. I mean, it's fantastic just being able to meet other riders out here, but there's not that many of them. In probably the time that we spend in the most remote areas, from probably Inaminka through to Flinders, maybe 4 or 5 other riders. And we didn't talk to all of them. A couple of them just kept on riding and waving. Get on your motorbike, load it with stuff, and go ride in the outback. There's not... yeah, it's getting smaller and they're putting bitumen on roads that have never had bitumen before. But there's still plenty of great tracks out here, and if you just want to explore some of the most amazing country, it's all out here. There's phone signal in a lot of places, without. Take safety precautions, travel with friends if you must, that's great. But go do it. Get on your motorbike and go ride in the outback. It is a fantastic experience. And as we come to the end of our ride through to Lake Eyre, which was a bit of a fizzer because it's just dry as this is. Lake Eyre could be there, it's really, it was terrible. But it didn't matter because we didn't go to see water in a lake, we went to go for the journey and we had a fantastic time. And we're nearly at the end of it now, and if you've watched this far, thanks for doing that. But if you've watched, you'll know that there's so much great country out here. Just get on your bike and do it. Stop putting it off. Stop making excuses. Just get on your bike, make some time, grab some mates, and just go, Figure it out as you go along. You don't have to have everything meticulously planned. Just get on your motorbike and go. So anyway, that's the end of this trip. And thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the BBA family. We've had a great time. We didn't all get to ride back together, but that's okay. That's the way it goes. And it's just nice sometimes to ride along with your own thoughts and your own music and just have a great time. So, all right. Well, listen, stay safe, ride upright, and thanks for tuning into BBA. See you next time.